think that it is all about me. Then I look around and see what's in front of me. It's you and me. We help others in need. I chose to do my Quaker value on community. I chose this because as an educator of our future youth, it's important to me to get my name out in the community and to show our youth that it's important to be involved and give back to one another. What does community mean? A community is a place where we can build relationships with one another, create positive neighbor friendships, and we're bringing people together to help support and advocate their wants, their beliefs, just their lifestyle. It's important that we have a community on different levels, because without a community, we truly don't have anything. I am a citizen of my society, and I participate in my community. I do my part. I keep it clean. I make this world a better place for you and me. I love my neighbor. I treat them good. I show respect and dignity like I should. I love my family. I follow all the rules. I take responsibility for what I need to do. What community means to me overall is everyone has a job and everyone is needed. It's our responsibility to pick up in our community. It's our responsibility to take care of one another in our community. And it's our job to make sure that our community has everything it needs to strive and be successful. So much going on around me. Sometimes I think that it is all about me. Then I look around and see what's in front of me. It's you and me. We help others in need. Why is community important to me? Community is important because it creates a home base, especially in a small community. Those are where people are able to open up small businesses or shops, and we support one another by going in and spending a little money in there rather than going to Walmart or Target to buy those same things. It's also important to me because with a community, we're able to build relationships with other individuals and other families. So I'm able to gain friendships, and my children are also able to gain friendships, and our families connect with one another. A community also allows people to build relationships with their neighbors. Living in a smaller town, we've always had really great neighbors, and we're very fortunate for that. Right now, we have some elderly neighbors, and one of our neighbors, her husband passed away. So we always do what we can to help her out, whether it's yard work, sometimes it's just taking down her trash to the end of the curb, and sometimes it's just someone to talk to. And it's important to me that I keep those relationships because it's showing my children that helping one another is a great thing. And that's how we all kind of survive in our own little families. I am a citizen of my society, and I participate in my community. I do my part. I keep it clean. I make this world a better place for you and me. I love my neighbor. I treat him good. I show respect and dignity like I should. I love my family. I follow all the rules. I take responsibility for what I need to do. There's so much fun. The community and me. It's important for me to make sure my name is out in the community in a positive way. being a future educator and currently working at an elementary school, we're held to a higher standard. People are constantly watching what you do, you know, where you're at. So it's super important to hold up to those standards. Um, I always remember I had a few teachers who supported everything that I could remember being involved in. And those are the teachers who really truly made an impact on me. They're the people who they would come to the softball games when they had no kids in softball. They would come to the band concerts when they didn't have any kids in band or they weren't a part of band. They always just showed their support. And that is important to me. I want to be able to give back to my future students like my previous educators did for me. It's super important too for me because I like to build relationships with people. I like to get to know people and their stories because we're all different. We all come from different places. We all have different past experiences and we're all going to a different place. We all have dreams and we all need support. And that's important to me. I like the small community setting that I have now because I see kind of like the struggle in the school, like what kids need, um, and what I can do to help. I really enjoy giving back to those kids because I see how full it makes their heart. They're constantly smiling when they get that brand new coat maybe mom and dad couldn't afford, or they got these cool new pencils. You know, I take in things to my school to help out the children of my community, like some extra clothes maybe my kids aren't fitting into, or an extra pair of shoes that, you know, we don't need, or even the extra supplies I pick up at the beginning of the year and donate them to our counselors so they can give back to the kids who don't have those resources. So to me, a community isn't just a town of 8,000 people or whatever. It is you're doing your individual part to contribute to that. You're giving back your time and you're giving back your passion to those people. Because without people who care, a community wouldn't be successful. And to me, I want to make sure that my youth and my children that I'm going to be teaching know that I care and they know that they're enough and they know that I will do everything I can to make sure that they are successful. And I truly believe that community gets overlooked. And I think it's actually one of the most important values because we all connect with one another. And if we're not successful with each other, then we're not going to have a successful community, which means we're not going to have a successful school. And that is not okay to me. So I really value community. For my service project, I took my stepdaughter's pictures for their banner. That was big. Their coach thanked me a lot, and he didn't ask me to do it. I reached out to him and told him we had a service project. I would like to do this. I realized that it's expensive, and I realized I could help them out. So I gladly did it. I took the team pictures, I edited them. It took me about 3.5 hours or so total, so not too bad. He then took my picture and went to the local graphic design guy who puts them on banners and had it printed. So again, that's community. You know, reached out to him, took the girls' pictures, and showed them that I supported them and cared. And the girls were ecstatic, like jumping with joy. They had so much energy. Just the love of the game was truly seen. And it was important to see those girls and their reactions. And then they got the banner, and it was great. It was a great feeling knowing that I had a part in that, that I gave them something that was going to cost a fortune that they probably wouldn't have been able to do. And I was able to give them that. And that was awesome, just awesome. So I wish that more people would take the time and reach out to people in the community, because truly, if we help one another, our lives are so much better. And, I feel good when I help people. So I truly think that community is one of the most important values.